Hey guys, kind of excited about the visit I just had with Rob and Jason. That video's coming up right away. A couple highlights. I put new LED lights in my shop. You can see them there. They're all the way around. I almost have to wear sunglasses when I come in here now. It's been a wonderful improvement. Also, we're slowly cranking out a few more videos. I will be working on more this afternoon. Just looking forward to this Christmas season and focusing on the things of our Lord and also focusing a little bit on the Beetle. So again, you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy this interview with my buddy Rob and Jason. Jason was awfully quiet. That's not normally Jason, but enjoy yourself and remember the reason for the season. Merry Christmas, guys. Well, we're sitting around in Walter's garage, and I've got my buddy Rob with me, and my very good buddy Jason. Well, they're both very good buddies. I shouldn't qualify that. I get punched up by one or the other. Rob is a good friend. I love his kids to death. They're just so much fun. I'm looking forward to actually getting my bug done and starting to build some toys for his kids, and they can have a lot of fun with. And Jason is my right-hand man with NCEM, and he was kind enough to drive all the way from Big River, Saskatchewan, to come down and deliver me a vehicle. So that's pretty cool. Every man, you know what? A man's wealth should be measured by the depth of his friends and by his faith in God. If you're rich in faith and you're rich in friends, you are truly a wealthy person. And so, hey, Rob, you did some welding for me.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you do?
Well, a little this, a little that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been finding myself more recently doing a lot of woodwork, which I never particularly had any interest in before I was given that responsibility. But I'm quickly getting a soft spot for it, so.
A soft spot for wood as
Yeah.
opposed to working with metal.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's something kind of almost ironic in that whole thing.
it's true. Yeah.
And what do you do when you're working with, like, you're just not working with wood?
No, I'm working with people.
That's right.
So my line of work is reintegration. So taking people out of addictions, gang life, prison, and teaching them useful, practical skills. A lot of life skills along the way, building relationships with them, and just trying to be better.
Do you have any success stories? I know we can't use names, but
A couple. We're sitting at around 4 or 5 right now. So in about a 6-month span. So
okay. And when we say success, what does that mean? How do we measure that? Because I've been at this for 40 years. I need to know.
well, I guess we are kind of forced in a way to measure it by the government way of measuring it, which is full-time employment, staying out of prison, and staying off of addictions. So.
And how does your faith work into all that?
Well, there's not a second of any day that I don't rely on God for what I'm doing, because this is one of those jobs that I can't rely on my own strength. I would quickly burn out. I would be grasping at straws for the right words to say all the time, and God just gives me those things. So,
Isn't that neat? I can't tell you the number of times when I've been in just sticky those situations where they just don't prepare you for there's no school. There's no school to tell you how do you handle, grieving parents of a child who may have just, committed suicide, or there's no school that tells you, I just did unthinkable things so I can get my neck fixed, or I forced my family to do unthinkable things so I can get my addiction fixed. And and we come in, and then that's where we need to rely on God for every single step, like that wisdom. Sometimes there's a scripture that says, if any of you lack wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously. And part of me always thought there'd be like a magic wand that would come along and just zap you and say, now you're wise. Can we look at Solomon and we go, whoa, he was a wise guy, right? But I find that wisdom from God is never comes when we're just sitting in our flesh. It only comes when we're relying in the Spirit and saying, oh God, can you help me here?
And that's a great place to dwell every day too.
Yeah. Yeah. And Jason, what wisdom have you got to add to this conversation?
I'm just here to make us look good. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The face of the company.
Yeah. And Jason, being my right hand man, he's also the director of Big River Bible Camp, and I know that he has had many challenges there, and that relying on God has got to be a daily occurrence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when you get kids coming in with every conceivable challenge, or who knows what they've had to live through, and they come and they look to you to help bring solutions and even hope
Mm-hmm.
into a very trying situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess our takeaway here is, you know, and both these guys are incredibly wealthy also now, not monetarily. Rob is scrambling to make ends meet and to feed his precious little family and to keep things going. And I know that Jason is not exactly rolling in wealth monetarily.
God's been good.
Yeah.
Amen.
But I'll tell you what, there's many a millionaire that would change places with any one of us in a heartbeat if they could find the peace, if they could find the faith, if they could find the friendships that we have that we take for granted. So anyway, that's another moment in the shop with Walter. You know, and part of Beetle Build, and I do want this to be a regular part of Beetle Build. That's what my web. It's called Beetle Build. Yeah, it's called Beetle Build. And hey, you know what? And you guys can help me too. And you can put in the comments section. I want to get a customized plate for my Beetle. Right now, it's just your everyday plate. I want a customized plate.
Be kind.
Be kind.
Be kind.
You know, I thought I would put LILBGGR on it.
All right.
Be a little bugger. But I don't know. If you guys have any ideas of what I should put on a plate, you let me know. And tell you what, if someone gives me a keeper or a winner and I'm the sole judge, there's going to be a prize in it for you. You might get a genuine NCEM. There it is. NCEM toque for the winter weather that's coming. Who knows? We'll see. I'll have to talk my daughter out of hers. But anyways, blessings to you. Keep in touch, and thanks for tuning in. Bye now.